Hey guys, Harry Thomas here, and happy 1st of September. Now, summer 2017 has passed, and I have to say it was an improvement over summer 2016 for movies, even if this summer still could have been better. There were still some shitty movies that we got, but today we're here to talk about the 5 great ones, the ones that really surprised me personally, and of course this is my top 5 best summer movies list. Whether we agree or not, that's fine. And I can't wait to hear your lists in the comments below. So without further ado, let's get to my top 5 best movies of summer 2017. At number 5, we have Dunkirk. This has to be Christopher Nolan's most divisive movie to date. This has to be Christopher Nolan's most divisive movie to date. Critics and audiences have been debating whether this movie's overrated or not. I can totally get it if people don't like this movie because of the lack of character development and central story, but that was not what this movie was intended to be to begin with. It was supposed to be a recreation of the event Dunkirk, kind of like how James Cameron's Titanic in the second half was a recreation of the sinking of the Titanic, and Christopher Nolan, he actually gets you there in the moment of Dunkirk. You feel like you're there with these soldiers who are desperate to just live. The tensions are incredibly high. The movie is stunningly shot. Yeah, the cinematography is top freaking notch. Hans Zimmer's score is mesmerizing, and Christopher Nolan knocks it out of the freaking park with his direction. He clearly loves the event Dunkirk, and he respects it. And even though the characters and performances are weak, and although Harry Styles from One Direction could actually act, which really impressed me, but aside from just okay main characters, I think Dunkirk's great. I am not in the camp that thinks it's overrated whatsoever, and it may not be Christopher Nolan's best movie, that would be the Dark Knight trilogy, but it's yet another triumph from him. At number 4, we have the opposite movie of Dunkirk. Dunkirk being a riveting war movie. This is a comedy / drama. Logan Lucky. Logan Lucky is a movie that has been showers with praise by critics, but many movie reviewers, just like Dunkirk, have called it overrated, but again, I disagree. Logan Lucky is the most fun I've had at the movies all summer. My God, I had a blast with it. So yeah, I could watch this movie 10 more times and not get tired of it. Just the cast really made the movie. It's particularly Daniel Craig as Joe. He had the best, funniest lines and was the scene stealer. And yeah, he may get an Oscar nomination for this role. And also loved the two brothers, Channing Tatum and Adam Driver, and Hilary Swank, and Catherine Waterston and Seth MacFarlane, Katie Holmes. They all played their part in the biggest movie heist in history. Yes, the heist itself was tremendously entertaining and expertly executed. And this movie achieved the impossible. It made bank robbers likeable. Yes, Channing Tatum's daughter was incredibly sweet and helped establish him as a good guy who just wanted his daughter to have the best life financial wise. Although the pacing could have been improved in the third act, that's when the heist did drag on a little too long. But that's such a minor flaw, and how could people not like this movie, whoever's criticising it for being overrated? It has James Bond and Kylo Ren in it. How cool is that? So don't be put off by those who are calling it overrated. Go see it, you won't regret it. At number 3, I'll be there, I'll be ready, Baywatch. Yes, this is the most surprising movie on my list. I know this will baffle many of you. I know so many people hated this movie, but I'm in the minority. But I say, what the fuck are the haters talking about? I loved Baywatch. I said it. I think it's one of the best movies of 2017. Yes, my review was pretty controversial when I uploaded it, calling this movie a work of art. Many disagrees with me, and But I do know some people that enjoy Baywatch and do believe the critics were a little harsh on it. And I think those critics are crazy for despising Baywatch so much. I'll be so disappointed that this movie gets Razzie nominated. It doesn't deserve to, in my opinion. I don't know why people don't like it. I suppose because it wasn't a Oscar-worthy masterpiece, but it wasn't trying to be. It's just super fun. It's and a done right, perfect and accurate adaptation of a classic TV show, which me and my family back in the day were a big fan of. Dwayne Johnson and Zac Efron were both a great enthusiastic pair as the two lifeguards, and but the characters that I fell in love with here were the ladies in their bikinis. Wow, Alexandra Daddario is super cute and hot in this movie, and utterly charming, as was Kelly Roebuck. It was a hell of a lot of fun. Such a shame it flopped at the box office, and the Rotten Tomatoes rating of 19% was so low. This movie deserved to be way more of a success than it was, and I will defend Baywatch till the day I die. Now, these top 2 are absolute masterpieces, and my 2 favourite movies of the year so far: War for the Planet of the Apes. Apes have never been stronger. War for the Planet of the Apes is undoubtedly the best of the 9 Planet of the Apes movies, and such a masterpiece of cinema. We want and demand more blockbusters like this, Hollywood, if you can hear us. Ones that put stories and characters first before, dumb, bombastic action. The fact that this movie does not have as much war as the title would lead you to believe is not a negative at all. In fact, I'm glad the movie only had battles when necessary, only when it was important to the story. The opening battle and the final climactic battle are both spectacular and deliver in every way, but the action is far from the only thing you should see this movie for. It's the end of Caesar's story as a character. Everything he's been through in Rise and Dawn has led to this. His revenge quest, wanting to kill the Colonel for murdering his wife and son, I felt was justified entirely. And the movie is the most brutal, darkest, and gripping Apes movie ever made. It shocked me that there were a few kids in my screening. This should have gotten a 15 rating, and the moments when an ape gets whipped for making a mistake when building the wall and Caesar screams, "Leave him!" I'm not kidding, is one of the most legitimately intense scenes of 2017. This movie, it's so damn ballsy and ambitious, and me me and my mum were completely on the edge of our seats throughout. Amaya Miller was amazing and adorable as Nova. She could communicate without dialogue. That is awesome, and Bad Ape was a fascinating new kind of character in these movies, and he was the much needed light relief in a very dark movie. And Woody Harrelson's Colonel is probably the best antagonist of 2017 so far. Reminds me of Quaritch from Avatar. This rebooted Planet of the Apes trilogy has stunned me. It proves that sometimes prequels can be superior to their original movies. Yes, this is a simply magnificent end to a perfect trilogy. This movie is almost my #1 summer movie. Had it not been for my #1 choice, this movie would have been #1. But now let's get to my #1 choice. I bet you've all guessed what it is by now. At #1, Wonder Woman! Yes, finally, a DCEU movie that has been raved about and is receiving critical praise. I was worried this day would never come, but it finally has. Finally, I'm in the majority on a DC movie. This Wonder Woman is absolutely a masterpiece in every sense of the words. It's up there with The Dark Knight Rises, as probably tied, in fact, with The Dark Knight Rises as the greatest superhero movie ever made. I am going that far. I think it's better than the entire MCU. Yeah, don't hate me, MCU fans. Just my honest opinion. And yeah, DC has truly defeated Marvel this year. It's kicked Marvel's arse. Guardians 2 and Homecoming are not a patch on Wonder Woman. I mean, yeah, Patty Jenkins is now one of my all-time favourite directors. Yeah, she and Catherine Bigelow are the two best female directors working today. This is a great example that female superhero movies can work as well as male ones. Yeah, hopefully we'll be getting now a Supergirl movie, a Catwoman movie, a Batgirl movie, who knows. Yeah, Gal Gadot gives the most legitimately awesome performance of the year as Diana Prince / Wonder Woman. I will be outraged if she's snubbed of the Oscar for Best Actress, which she deserves for this role alone. And Chris Pine makes a fantastic love interest as Steve Trevor, and their romance is one of the most powerful romances I have seen in a movie. This is how you do a romance. Scenes on Themyscira were breathtaking. I even loved Diana's relationship with her mother and in the beginning, and it's really her coming of age story. It's her stepping into a world she's never been to before, and she's learning from Steve how to adapt as a human. The action scenes are mind-blowingly epic when they happen. The battle between the Amazonians and the Germans had me applauding. The moment when Diana steps onto no man's land, one of the best movie scenes of all time for me. People just bitch about the third act of this movie, and they just complain that the villains are forgettable, but I say different. I do not understand that. The villains for me were underrated. General Luftwaffe and Dr. Poison managed to be intimidating, and Ares was, well, the perfect personal foe for Diana. He wanted to make her believe everything she'd been told about humanity was wrong, but thankfully she resisted him. Yeah, their final climactic fight is a brilliant way to conclude the movie in spectacular fashion, and the ending, my god, is one of the saddest endings I have seen in a movie in a while, when Steve Trevor sacrifices himself for Diana. And yeah, Wonder Woman has finally shut the DC haters up. It proves that DC can make great movies, and hopefully Patty Jenkins can direct the entire DCU, hopefully. So yeah, this is now one of my favourite movies, and it easily takes the cake as the best movie of summer 2017. So yeah, there may be some unpopular choices on my list, but I love them. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this list. And what are your top 5 best movies of the summer? Please comment, let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and on Google+. And I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.